Hi guys and welcome to the State of Crypto, your one-stop source for all crypto-related news. I'm your host Martin, and this is episode 173. Ripple partners with Intermex, Binance IEO triples in value, and Lightning Lab raises $10 million to build Visa network. Now guys, if you're watching this stream live, welcome, and if you're catching the replay and have any suggestions for us, please leave us a comment below. We really want to know what you're thinking. Now, if you want to be up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure you subscribe, hit that sorry guys, so I'm typing something here. Let's see, save, there we go. Yeah, make sure if you want to be up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button and that bell so you're notified when we go live. And if you want to keep on chatting with us once the stream is done, you can join us on the Discord. The link is in the description, and so are the links to all the amazing articles that we cover here on this stream. Thank you for being here on with us on a, what is it today? Wednesday night. Middle of the week, man. My head feels like it's gonna burst into 1,000 little pieces, man. But anyways, here we are, and we want to do the news. So I do want to get basically to the stream, and then we'll do the charts. I'm not sure whether or not I'm gonna take requests tonight. It depends on how I'm feeling towards the end of the stream. But right now, I'm really not feeling that well. I usually rarely drink coffee at night, but I'm drinking a cup of coffee. See if that helps me with the headache. I'm not sure why my head just feels like it's gonna really bursts. Anyways, let's move on to the news, right? There we go. You're gonna follow us on Twitter. The link's gonna pop up right now on the screen. You can choose to follow us if you want. I'm a little bit more active on Twitter than any of the other platforms. Although I have not been typing out many things lately. I just haven't really have had much to say, or quick remarks, or anything like that. Anyways, like I said, I'm usually a bit more active on Twitter, but lately I just really have not found anything to give my opinion on, man. It's just been a lot of bickering on Twitter, so really not my cup of tea when that's happening. A lot of non-constructive conversations going on, so I really not want to take part of that. Anyways, what's going on? Jack Dorsey back. Lightning Labs raises $10 million to build Visa network for Bitcoin. Now, the Bitcoin payment startup Lightning Labs has raised $10 million to expand its payment network that lets companies and individuals spend Bitcoin as easily and as more traditional services. Basically, Lightning Labs today launched its first financial product, Lightning Loop, to monetize the so-called Layer 2 technology that sits on top of the Bitcoin blockchain by making it easier for startups to accept their cryptocurrency. 1 second, there we go. Now, with traditional Bitcoin payments firms like BitPay and Coinbase making significant headwinds in cryptocurrency payments using more traditional technology, the 1-2 punch of fundraising and a product launch using the more efficient Lightning is a positive sign for the network's adoption. Last month, a team of 5 people working at payments giant Square crypto offices announced it was working on its own developer kit to make it easier to build on Lightning. If this new breed of cryptocurrency products catches on, it would be it would amount to a Visa payment network without Visa as the gatekeeper, and that is according to Lightning Labs co-founder and CEO Elizabeth Stark, and she's actually stating, "We're building the Visa network for Bitcoin, but what I think is powerful, it's unlike Visa, anyone can build on top of it." While building an open source technology like Lightning can be difficult to monetize in the early years, Stark believes a suite of financial service products being built on top of the network could help make Lightning Labs self-sustaining. Now, Lightning Loop is the company's first such paid product, charging 10 basis points, so basically 0.10%, or like 0.1 or above that. Right, that's what would be tens of basis points. Hundreds would be the 1%. Anyways, of basis points per transaction to help companies store Bitcoin directly on the Lightning network without Lightning Labs or another third party taking custody of the cryptocurrency, as opposed to custodial solutions where regulated software providers hold the cryptocurrency for their customers. In the last 90 days, since the platform launched to a closed group of testers, it has more than doubled in volume. According to Stark, who describes the volume as not insignificant, and to help complete other monetized financial products, Stark says that they are currently in development. Lightning Lab plans to spend the new round of capital on hiring new developers, a project manager, and a business strategist. To To give the idea of the competition in the space, the newly launched Coinbase Commerce processed 135 million worth of cryptocurrency payments in 2019 without using Lightning, while BitPay transacted 1 billion for its merchants last year. That is a lot of money. Now remember, what BitPay is doing is it allows you to pay with your Bitcoin or other cryptos, including XRP, but you end up basically selling your crypto, right? You're not. There's another option, I can't remember it right now off the top of my head. Basically, it allows you to pay with your crypto, but it uses it as collateral, right? That means you can use your crypto to pay for stuff like regular fiat, but in the end, you really don't spend your crypto. If you pay back the loan, it's basically they're giving you a loan on your crypto, but you just use it like a credit card, right? So if you pay back your credit, they give you back your crypto, right? I think it was like, I can't remember. It started with an N. I can't remember the name right now. But again, BitPay does end up spending your crypto, and if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But I don't like the fact that you have to give up your crypto if that's what you want to keep, or you're getting into crypto to do other stuff, right? I do get that you want to spend it, and it might be just easier to go that way than turn it back into fiat on an exchange and then put it back into your account. For sure, it is an option, but again, probably not the one I would be using. On to the next article. Ripple partners with Nasdaq-listed firm to bolster U.S. Mexican payments, and this from Cointelegraph. The previous article was from Forbes, by the way. Ripple has made a new partnership to bolster cross-border payments between the U.S. and Mexico. The company has partnered with International Money Express, a money remittance service firm that is focused on Latin and Caribbean corridors. And this new financial partner of Ripple is listed on the Nasdaq stock market with stock quote IMXI. The new partnership could enable Intermex to implement Ripple's on-demand liquidity product through RippleNet, and that is a part of Ripple products, Ripple Solutions that uses the XRP token, which again, they're probably gonna play off what MoneyGram is doing, and they're gonna try to take advantage of that same mechanic, where MoneyGram is using XRP to send money or remittances back to Mexico and the Philippines. Now, like I said, this company mainly works with South America or Latin America and the Caribbean, particularly Mexico, and they're probably gonna try to use this to have it as an outlet for monies, but using the XRP token, which is gonna be extremely interesting. Anyways, as such, Intermex is reportedly processing more than 30 million payment transactions annually, and it intends to provide its customers with faster, cheaper, and transparent cross-border payments between the US and Mexico. And again, Ripple allows them to do it for fractions of cents, which might make them a little bit more competitive. Even if they have even a bigger appetite for the market to gain market share, they might even be willing to charge less of a fee than whatever MoneyGram is charging right now. Because even though MoneyGram did lower its rates for these remittances, they're still making a lot of dough on that for whatever they're paying for the transaction, right? Anyways, according to data from the World Bank, Mexico is one of the largest remittance recipients after India and China, in having operated 36 million in remittances flows in 2019 alone. That's it for this article. I do have another article. It says, this one is from CoinSpeaker. It says Ripple's XRP underperformance in 2020 is highly likely, and that's being said by Mike Novogratz. Now, I don't agree with him. Actually, XRP has been one of the best performers thus far. I do believe if we take it from January to now, it's up 44%. Well, Bitcoin is just up like 33% or something around that. Anyways, XRP has been one of the best performers so far. We were making that comment yesterday night also. And we said, look, man, if you took it back when it was 17 cents and you're cashing out right now, you would be up over 10 cents. From 17 cents to that, you're over 50% on your gains, right? That is if you bought at 17.60 or whatever it was hitting back on December or November last year. We'll talk about that once we get onto the market analysis. Anyways, on to the next one, right? Binance announced lets users borrow against crypto holdings to fund future trades. Binance is now allowing users to put their crypto holdings as collateral to fund futures tradings. The new cross-collateral feature means users can trade futures contracts using assets stored in their Binance exchange wallets as collateral without the need to use their coins to directly fund orders. Now, Aaron Gong, director of Binance Futures, said that users of the exchange can expect additional tokens to be supported in the near future, and cross-collateral is a much anticipated feature for traders on Binance, allowing more flexibility and more choices of deposits to open future positions. Now, that's something I'm not really into, right? I mean, yeah, you're putting your crypto as collateral, But again, what is going to be the limit on that? Do you really want to do that? I mean, if you go and do the futures exchange, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to do it with crypto right now or not, or if you just can do it with fiat. But they do have some Bitcoin to USD Tether pairs on Binance. But like I said, I have not used their futures platform, so I'm not sure if you're doing that with fiat or with crypto. But again, do you really want to put your crypto as collateral? It means, I think what a lot of these exchanges are doing, they're letting people have all these options, right? Like 75 times leverage, 100 times leverage, 150 times leverage. They're looking for a way to redeem people off their crypto holdings so they can hold them, because they probably know that this is going to go still higher up in value, and the best way they can have you voluntarily hand over that is by playing into the crypto markets, right? Into the futures market, which is obviously high risk. If you're trading at 100 and plus times leverage, any minor move to the downside would certainly liquidate your position, and then you would be left with nothing. Now, if you put your crypto as collateral, and then there's no limit on the price you can drop, because that's usually tied to how much money you're putting in, right? So if you spend $50 in 100 times contract, you're probably trading like $5,000 or so. But again, if you put your crypto as collateral, would they stop you when you lose $5,000? Would they just let you keep on running until you like really liquidate your whole crypto position, right? That is my question regarding this, and that is why I don't like futures trading. Even though sometimes it does make sense to short the market, particularly when you see parabolic moves, you believe there might be a pullback. Yes, it could be a place to open a position or short or try to short, but again, maybe not at 100 times leverage or over 100 times leverage, and really placing a very tight kind of stop on your position, basically, so that you really don't take a very heavy hit. Because the market, particularly the crypto market, is highly unpredictable sometimes. We'll talk about that also when we get to the analysis part of the stream. Again, thank you guys for being here. If you like what we do, hit that like, that bell, that sub, so you're notified when we go live. And yeah, let's move on to the next article. Binance IEO crypto triples in value in the first 24 hours of trading. Now, this is regarding WazirX, which is the latest IEO token to be released via the Binance Launchpad, and has exploded in value during its first day of trading on the crypto exchange. If you remember, Binance did acquire part of... hey, Anonymous, how's it going, man? That a Q? Yeah, bro, that's from PowerMac, I think, or something like that. Yeah, PowerMac. Yeah, that's a Q, man. I do work within the mining industry still, sorta, providing services to it. So a lot of my hats are like mining company related. I do go to conventions, and I do get all these free hats, which are really cool, man, because I use them a lot, particularly during the streams. Although I should consider now using getting a Steady Crypto hat made, and you will use that for the stream, right? That'll be a little bit better. Still determining that though. Anyways, thank you for being here, man. I really appreciate it. I know yesterday you got in a little bit late. I was already finishing the stream, but I'm glad that you did join us today. Thanks for being here again. Like I was saying, Binance did put money into WazirX. It's an Indian company, one of the only companies that was doing some Bitcoin trading in India. Now they did release this IEO token via the Binance Launchpad, and it has exploded in value during its first day of trading on the crypto exchange. This is from News BTC. I'm not going to go too much in detail into the article, but this new crypto asset has tripled in value in mere moments after trading went live on the platform. Could it be manipulation from Binance because they have some skin in the game? Maybe, dude. We do know that Binance has manipulated the market before. I'm not making that accusation. I'm just saying it's a maybe. It's a probability that there was some kind of manipulation going on, particularly to have the price triple on an IEO. Anyways, interestingly, although the token is built on Binance blockchain, the WazirX token is an exchange token itself, native to the WazirX platform, who calls themselves India's most trusted Bitcoin exchange, according to the platform's website. Now, the token will be used to reward the platform's community for helping to contribute to its ongoing growth. Rewards include trading fee discounts, voting privileges, and access to airdrops, and much more. Right, that's it for the news part. I'm gonna jump onto the technicals, put that small intro, and I'll be right back. Yeah, and we're back. Thank you for staying with us for the technical part of the stream, and thank you for joining us. We do have 6 people watching. Thank you for being here, guys. Again, I do appreciate each and every one of you for showing up to this awesome stream. What is happening with the market? Yesterday, we were worrying about some price action to the downside. We did kind of get it out to play out on the daily. This is crypto market cap right now, by the way, on the daily. What's happening? Well, we're still going higher, right? So within this island, right? If we can take it from this previous low, from this previous point to this new point, or we can take it in 2 parts, which also would make sense, right? From here to here, and from here to here, right? Going slightly lower still, and even over here, man. Let's see here, 71, and here we have 71.93, 71.23. So slightly higher. If we wanted to call something different against the RSI, and we wanted to call this practically the same height, even though it's not, it's going slightly higher here. We could be calling it a Class C Type 3 or weak bearish divergence against the RSI, but a strong bearish divergence against the MACD, which could potentially mean money leaving the cryptosphere, right? For later in the show, thoughts on rare elements and the mining companies. All right, cool. So we'll talk about rare earth materials, I guess. Like niobium and all this other stuff. Yeah, we can talk about that. I'm not an expert on that field of the mining industry. I'm more I do more stuff related to copper, zinc, lead, gold and silver, like base metals, non-ferrous base metals, some iron as well, iron ore. What else do I do? Coal for energetics, metallurgical and thermal coal, so both. Cokes as well, right, for metallurgical purposes as well. I'm trying to think what other materials I usually handle. Fluorine or fluorspar. After that, some fertilizers as well. DAP, MOP, and what else? I'm trying to think, man. I do handle some barite sometimes. All this other stuff. But anyways, what is happening with the crypto market, man? Like I said, potential price action or potential money leaving the cryptosphere. Let's leave it at that. Yesterday, a lot of money flowing in, 5.60% from an opening of 252.42 billion, closing at 266.49 billion. Like I said, a 5.60% move to the upside. Right now, moving down a little bit, and that is to be expected after such an impulse. It's particularly with market cap, right? It was 14.12 billion that came in. Today, a little bit of money flowing out. $728 million, 0.27%, basically sitting at 265.76 billion of market cap. Now, we could see some movement to the downside slowly, particularly because we're creating divergence. The only thing that could happen also is we do pull back a little bit today, and still today have more money flowing in, and then really take another pump and try to negate this last part of divergence that we're making. And it would make sense because we're kind of getting rid of it on the RSI, so there's a chance we could try to get rid of it also on the MACD. That's it for market cap. Let's go on to Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin losing dominance still. Remember, every stream I come in here and I tell you guys, I want to see Bitcoin lose dominance. It's better for the cryptosphere when that happens. And what has been happening lately? Bitcoin has been losing dominance, and all the coins have been going up, including Bitcoin, which hit 9,700 today at some point in time. And all the other coins are doing much better. So again, Bitcoin losing dominance, for those Bitcoin maximalists that do watch the show and like it, is not necessarily a bad thing. It's still dominating overall, but the less dominance it has, the better the market is. The environment is better. The ecosystem is better. The cryptosphere, let's say. Because then everyone's a little bit more independent. Everyone can do its own thing, and it's just much better for all coins involved. Anyways, let's go into the price of Bitcoin dominance. Yesterday, it lost dominance, 0.60%, from an opening of 66.10, closing at 65.67. Not a big move to the downside, but moving to the downside nonetheless. Right now, moving up a little bit, 0.03%, sitting at 65.69. Like, that's good, man. I want this to drop more, man. Bitcoin to get into the 50s, man. We're probably going to see a new all-season, any new bull market come in. But Bitcoin really needs to drop a lot more, man. And it's just going to be better for everyone. Trust me on that. It's been happening. If you watch this show daily, I talk about that every time. And you just look at the market, man. Every time Bitcoin goes down, everyone's performance is up, man, including Bitcoin's. What's happening with Bitcoin to the dollar? Sitting at $9,593 and 51 cents. This is on Coinbase. Now, I was worried here yesterday also of the divergence. We talked about the price action to downside. Yesterday, I was trying to flag this. If you remember, I did took some traces here, and another one here. But I told you, I don't know if we want to call this a broadening wedge, whether or not we wanted to ignore this wick, or calling a falling wedge and ignore that wick, right? And if we ignore the wick, then we were expected to get a move to the upside. I wasn't too sure whether or not we should have ignored it or not. That's part of the reason why I removed this flag happening. Because I wasn't really sure whether or not this was going to play out. I was expecting to move to the downside. He didn't call it, though. Even though we did move down yesterday still, right? And this today. Yeah, this was today. It's physical today. So yesterday we did close down, though. I was hoping that we could get somewhere down here, at least 8,983, or the 20, and then take that as a trampoline to get the bounce. We did get there before that. We did manage to pump a little bit more. And the only thing that's worrying me right now, even though we're making a new island of positive momentum, right, is the fact that we're making divergence. That's what I don't like right now. So we're going to a this starting to develop, right? So it can keep on developing and really kind of get rid of it, so long as this pumps more. But right now we're having this divergence, is strong bearish, and we also have it on the RSI. Right, so again, just keep on looking at the market. I'm not sure whether or not we're going to get a new pump from here. Depends on whether or not we flag. And if we pump, we have to see how much strength we're going to get behind that to really call the sentiment of the market and expect whether or not we're going to break down. Again, I'm expecting at some point in time to come and retest, because we haven't retested 8,183 after we broke out. So we kind of held it a couple times. Then we even held it here. And then we next day, right, we broke it, and then since we've been outside of it, but we never retested it as support. So again, maybe the movement to the downside would have us retest that, the 20 MA at least, and then try to rally from there still. Sitting bought on the RSI at 66.28. That's it for Bitcoin dominance. That's it for Bitcoin price on the daily. Let's go to the 4 hours. Oh man, we have a couple people watching. Thank you for being here, guys. If you like what we do, hit that bell, that sub. The like is for the YouTube algorithm. It lets them know that you like it, and it'll suggest it to other people as well. So it really helps me a lot. Now, what's going on here on the 4 hours? This is from the 1 hour. For some reason, it's showing up here, and I can tell because it makes no sense where the line is. It's just as this line over here. It's also from the 1 hour. There we go. Awesome. So we're called divergence, right? Strong bullish price action to the upside. Look, we've been getting it since, man. Again, very beautiful. We called it out yesterday at the stream. I think it was around this time. The 6 p.m. candle on the 4th. So we're slightly going up, and we call divergence. I said if we broke above that 20 or that 20 simple moving average on the day, on the 4 hour, we might see higher price action. Lo and behold, we did, and I'm happy, man. We're getting expansion of the Bollinger Bands again, volatility coming into the market, and part of the reason that we probably saw this very nice uptrend like that. We did hit overbought at some point in time at 71.28, but right now we're still coming down, and that is fine. Sitting at 64.53 on the RSI, so bought. Now, the only thing I'm not liking against the longer term, which would be your previous island, and take it into account that this island is just developing here, is that we're definitely, I'll take it from this point then, because it's the farthest point that I have, right? The last possible point over here. Or if you wanted to, man, see, here's where I get into this kind of forks. Anonymous, will Bitcoin step up 9,500 before massive pump? I'm not sure, man. Right now, I'm trying to see whether or not we're going to flag after this impulse up, right? You have this impulse up, starting to consolidate. I'm worried that if we don't hold it, because we're having divergence on the daily, though, we could still move down, though. And the 20 is sitting at 9,316. And it wouldn't be weird that we came down and touched that and try to bounce from there again. Now, where I get into this kind of like dilemmas is when I have this small island of positive momentum, right? That is this new spike. And the problem is, do we want to consider it or not? Now, depending on that is how we're going to chart. This would be 70.94 on the RSI here, and over here it would be 71.28, meaning we're going higher. Obviously, from here to here we're making more positive momentum, and from here to here we're going higher. So that's all fine. Now, where I get into this kind of arguments or inner arguments with myself is, do I really want to consider this as a valid positive momentum, even though it's very tiny? So the bearish part of looking at the market would have me anchored to this point, which would be the prior major island, and it'll be going from basically from here to here, right? So we'll be going higher on the price but lower on the momentum, creating strong bearish divergence. And also on the on the RSI, right? We're going back to this spike over here. So again, creating that strong bearish divergence. That's where I get into this like arguments within myself and say, do I really want to go that way? Do I believe it's going to play out? Right now, what I'm going to do is I do believe it has some weight, but I'm not sure if it's going to play out or not. So I'm just going to leave it in blue. And that's how I mark things that I know I'm calling, but I'm not 100% sure whether or not they're going to play out, because we do have this positive momentum island over here that we shouldn't ignore, right? Because it's technically our previous positive momentum island, and it's the previous high that we have. So again, that's why I'm a little bit hesitant right now with this call. And don't take it the wrong way, right? It's not that I don't know what I'm calling. It's just that this points, it's just very, very, very specific points where you have to choose whether or not you want to ignore that data point. Sometimes when you're doing technicals, there is some data that you choose to ignore because it makes more sense to anchor somewhere else. But right now, it doesn't make sense to anchor here. We are expecting a sort of move to the downside. We have been climbing up. We haven't really gotten a retrace, a proper retrace, since we started pump, right? So maybe from here to here, we have not gotten a very good retrace, man. So that's part of the reason that I'm probably feeling a little bit bearish, and we really need to reset a little bit more of this oscillator again and try to go for that next rally, right? So I'm a little bit hesitant on this point. So I'm gonna leave it as this, and I'll keep on tracking it in the next couple days, or tomorrow maybe, and see how this keeps on building, right? We did talk about it. Just take it into account. It's a possibility. If you want to look bullish, then you ignore it because you anchor from here to here. You're going higher. You'll be going from here to here in your positive momentum, right? So positive momentum to more. You're going higher as well. And here on the RSI, you're going from 70.94 to 71.28. So you're also going higher, and that would negate your bearish divergence, and you would just be going with the market. Then you wouldn't have anything to worry about. That is the only thing that's worrying me right now. This line here, the blue line, right? And I did have that blue line here as well, and we did get that price actually to downside, right? Even though we had like these islands here and here, right? 1 and 2. I'll zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see it. We did get some positive islands here and here, right? Some very, very small islands, like 2 bars, and I chose to ignore them. Why? Because it made sense that we were making that kind of divergence. So again, it does make sense that we could make it here if we ignore this island. That's why I'm going with this. Now, I'm going to move on to the 1 hour. And again, you guys make your own calls, right? I'm just letting you know what I see on the market right now and what I believe could potentially play out. Now, I screwed up because I didn't put this in the 4 hours. So now I have to send all this back there. So bear with me for a second as I do a little bit of cleanup. And then I'll move on to the 1 hour chart. There you go. Okay, cool. On the 1 hour, what's happening? Well, yesterday we were on here. This is 9 p.m. We're kind of tracking this and trying to figure out where we're going to go, right? This is 9 p.m. and this is 9 p.m. So obviously, if we would have kept on tracking this throughout the night, even into the morning, this was 4 in the morning. So obviously by 4 in the morning, we kind of killed the divergence that I was calling, right? So this one is still higher, right? So the hidden divergence that we were calling completely got annihilated, and that's fine. We knew it was a possibility, and nothing to worry about. That's why we keep on looking at the market. So we had divergence bearish. We knew we were going to get price action to the upside. We're worried that we're probably going to hit the 20-minute bounce from there. We didn't quite hit the 20-minute, but we did get a nice bounce. That is fine. We did get a nice rally. Right now we're kind of flagging, and we're facing indecision right now. So impulse up, consolidation. It seems to be down sloping, but we're facing indecision in this area, right? Making a little bit of a knot. So we're getting a red bar, getting it bullish engulfing green, then a piercing red, and then coming in with a green right now, trying to do the previous red. So like I said, we're getting like at least the last 4 hours, including this one, have been a little bit of indecision going on in the market. If you want to look at this in a line or a flag pattern, you could. Just let me change this to yellow because we're calling this live right now. And it's something that I do believe could potentially have some value. We would be doing a downsloping broadening wedge of sorts. And with potential to break to the upside. All right, we probably need to hit the 20 though to determine whether or not we're gonna hold this and rally from there. We're starting to make negative momentum. Doesn't seem to be too strong. We're sitting bought on the RSI at 60.25. There might be a chance they'll come a little bit here into the neutral zone and then try to rally again. Right, it's also a possibility with Bitcoin. So 9,500 anonymous. To answer your question, there's a chance we might be able to hold it. The 20 MA here, it is above it is above. It's sitting at it's sitting at 9,521. So it is above that, and there's a chance we might touch it and then try to run from there again, holding it as support, and try to rally from there. Now, there's also a chance that we might drop a little bit on the 4 hours, touch that 20 that was sitting at 6,000, at 9,600 and some odd, and then run from there. All right, I'm not sure if 9,500 is going to be a strong support. Do I like it that it's up here? Yeah, I like it that it's up here, man. I ended up buying Bitcoin. I told you my position. I told you my play. I bought back here, I guess it was. Yeah, back here. So that is the 1 hour. That's why it looks so lengthy. I ended up buying back here because I do have all my notes. It was somewhere around here. I ended up buying at 8,900. Then went up. Then it dropped over here. It hit my sold limit, right? So somewhere around here, I ended up selling. It was 8,400, or somewhere around here. Sorry, that was my alert. 8,445. I think that's where I ended up selling at. And then I ended up getting up here in somewhere around here, 8,200 in change. So of course I'm happy, man. I'm really, really high on some of that. So I'm making good return on that. And I did tell you I haven't updated my exit. I'm still tracking the market, and I did tell you I was going to play my exit at 9,000-ish, maybe 8,900, right where I had my last entry, and then get some of that money back. Probably where it's sitting at right now. I should certainly bring this up a little bit more, and probably put my take profit somewhere around 9,300, which is probably where I want to move my alert to. So if you give me a second, I'll actually. There we go. 9,300. That's probably gonna be my exit. So I just shifted my alert. You'll see this showing up here, and that's where I would potentially be taking a profit on the market, right? And it seems to be an area where we find support before, so I might end up moving it to 9,200 because we could come down to this area and again find some of this manufacturer support that we have and try to hold it before breaking down. So yeah, I'll probably do that right now at 9,200. Seems like a good exit. Although below that line, right, wicked a couple times, so it'll give me time to come in, look at the market, determine whether or not we're creating divergence, try to pump again before I actually go out, instead of getting out here, which was a little bit messy. And again, it could be an area where we could find support to rally again. That's it for this on the 1 hour. Again, you're responsible for your own trade, guys. This is just how I'm playing the market right now, and that's my strategy. So you should do your own strategy, right? What's going on with market dominance for Ethereum? Yesterday gained dominance 2.57%. Right now, gaining a little bit more dominance, 0.41%, sitting at 8.41% of market cap. That's pretty good for Ethereum. Again, I do want to see this above 9%. It would be better. Although, if you remember, even though this was up here a while back, Bitcoin was not below 65%. So maybe some of the other altcoins are getting more dominance because Ethereum has not really shifted that much up. And Bitcoin has lost a lot of dominance, so there's probably other projects that are getting more dominance right now, or a little bit more traction. Ethereum sitting at $203.90. That's fine. We had a very nice pump yesterday. Again, worried about this divergence. Here in Ethereum, we still do have it, right? We just need to keep on tracking it. Went to a new high, still less positive momentum, but on the other side, we kind of killed that, right? So on the other side, we don't have it. Sitting overbought on the other side at 76.41. There's a chance we might try to come back into this neutral zone, reset a little bit of the oscillators before we run again. Above that 20 MA, volatility open on the Bollinger Bands. And again, that bearish divergence, very strong, still developing though. This positive momentum still building. So we just got to keep on tracking this until we find that we stop building positive momentum and then we start decreasing, right? That's it for dominant for Ethereum on the daily. Let's go to the 4 hours. Tezos though. Okay, you want me to look at something on Tezos? Yeah, I'll look at Tezos, man. Alright, cool. So we had bullish divergence. We called it out yesterday also. Price action to the upside. Very nice rally. We called this actually a couple days ago. February the 4th, so yesterday. Night stream was at this time here, so we were just making this very small movement to the upside. We're probably getting above that 20 MA. And look, we used it as support here, and then get that very, very nice pop to the upside, right? Now, we're going higher than our previous high also, and higher on the RSI. Really going with the market. No bearish stuff happening right now. So high on the price, higher on the price, positive momentum, more positive momentum, high on the RSI, higher on the RSI. Going with the market. Possible trade play on NEM, XNEM. Maybe, man. I'll check it out. RSI sitting at 77.17. So overbought. And again, going with the market. So nice. Impulse up, we're probably going to start consolidating. We did try to pull back down, but the bulls pushing the price back up from the bears, taking control. And probably a strong sign, right? Let's go to the 1 hour. The 1 hour, we were tracking this divergence again. It was the same as Bitcoin, right? We didn't know whether or not this was going to keep on going on. We were developing this at 9 p.m. So we were like really starting to move down and trying to try to rally, but we weren't sure if we were going to get it or not. To here, we probably still had it. Over here, we kind of killed it, right? So again, I'm going to get rid of this because that bearish divergence that we were calling, obviously it's hidden bearish. It's just not as strong as, well, strong divergences or medium divergences or even weak divergences for that matter. Sometimes the divergence that is hidden is just doesn't play as strong, right? Because it has a big chance to get undone. Usually I've called it to the downside, right? Like here. And I told you, if this could still drop over here, and this could still drop over here, and you can still have that bearish divergence going on. Well, this kind of popped up, and then you ended up killing it, just like I said, right? If you drop below this price, then you wouldn't have it. Anyways, same thing happened here to the upside, right? That's it. Sitting bought on the RSI at 67.65. You're gonna throw out coins and then stocks, okay? That's awesome. Yeah, let's see what else is happening, man. Ethereum. That's it for Ethereum on the 1 hour. Really, nothing else happening that is concerning. Well, just on the last impulse. From here to here, going higher. I'm not sure if I looked at this on Bitcoin, but here we do have this going on, right? And we went slightly lower. Again, creating bearish divergence, strong. And 81.96, 81.91. So also here, very, very slightly going down. So you know, we're creating this strong bearish divergence. Probably part of the reason that we're going down, but we do have that 20MA to look forward to. Now let me look for this on Bitcoin. Do we have it? No, on Bitcoin we're going up, so that's fine. Let's move on to XRP. XRP on the daily, what's going on? Yesterday lost dominance. See what I'm telling you? Ripple hasn't really moved much on dominance since it dropped, right? Still in the 4%. Ethereum has recovered from the 7s to the 8s. But Bitcoin has dropped more than like 5%. So other alts are probably taking this. Anyways, yesterday losing dominance 1.15%. Right now losing dominance still 0.62%. Sitting at 4.52% of market cap. Like I said, I want this to go up above 5%. It's a little bit better for XRP above there. Price of XRP, 27 cents, 27.493 cents. And look, what you remember what we talked about, right? Yesterday, we were here. We were like getting up here, and I told you we need to close within this range to confirm we are in that 27,911 range to 26,692. Guess where we're at? We're there right now, right? So we just got into this level. We confirmed closing here. We'll try to move on to the next level, but we were too weak. We got pulled back, and that's fine. Right now we're opening down, and that's okay, man. We can still get on this level. Do a couple candles here before we move on to the next level, and that's fine. Moving down, if we move down, we have 26,692 to look for as support, or maybe a little bit below that. It would still make sense. If I go to the candle bodies, it'll probably be at 26,555, and that is great, man. I'm really not worried about a couple like thousands of a cent. So this is good, man. This is good for XRP, man. I like this. We were here yesterday, right? You can see the dot, so I'll move it higher there. And I'll move this higher as well. Now the question is, do we have divergence still? 448, 372. So yeah, we're still creating that strong bearish divergence. But again, pumps to the upside can get rid of this, right? We pump a little bit more, we'll go a little bit higher, and then we don't have that. So again, careful, because we're really getting to that limit where we're almost neutralizing it. We're moving towards that where we're going to make maybe weak bearish divergence. But yet to be determined, right? We need to get these candles going. And on the RSI, we're just sitting overbought at 72.10. There's a chance we might want to come back in here for a little bit to take a breather, run back up. We can do it by floating in this channel for a little bit, and this will slowly reset, and we can look for new highs, right? And am I happy? Yeah, I'm happy, man. It's a good move. We were talking about this yesterday, right? Back here, man. At some point in time, we're at 17.5. right? 17.515 or 17.5 cents. Now, is it a good move? Yeah, man. 10 cents in a period of like, this was on December 18th. So we're talking in a period of like a month and like 20 days maybe. That's what we're looking at. 22 days maybe. A month. Yeah, a month and like 20 days maybe, right? And yeah, look at that, man. Very, very, very nice move to the upside. And yeah, man, this is really, really good. If you bought back here, you're probably making a really good money. You won 50% on your returns right now, which is really good. You didn't double, but you're 50% up. So that's pretty good, man. No one has gone up that high this year so far. So again, if you got in on January, right, January the 1st, that'll be here at 19 cents. You're still almost 7 cents up, which is like 40% up. And that's really good, man. Anyways, that's XRP on the daily. Really nothing else happening here. Let's move on to the 4 hours. On the 4 hours, we had this channel. We talk about breaking into the upside. We did. Guess what? Nice. So we broke into the upside, consolidated down, sloping a little bit here. Then we pumped again, and that's fine. And right now, we're just moving sideways. And we're seeing a lot of resistance at that 27,911. That's how I know it's a valid resistance, because we've seen it before, and we had these ones out for a long time. So you know that was a target. We had them way back here, man. See, we were like in this range for a while also, back on October. So we're getting back to the prices of October, and that is fine. Now, having stuff that's happening here shorter term, and this is going to be very micro. So we're going from a high to a higher high with more positive momentum, and also higher on the RSI. Now, what I'm talking about that's going to be very micro is we're going, it's just slant divergence. So we're going from here to here, which is slightly higher, but it's going to be within the same island, right? But it's going to be strong bearish. That's probably part of the reason that we're breaking down here. Oh man, I ended up sending that to another time frame. Bring me the time lord to bring it back. There we go. There we go. Awesome. And oh, that's because I'm in the 4 hours, man. That's, yeah. Well, sorry about that, guys. That was dumb on my part. I was wondering why this stuff was disappearing. Now I'm gonna have to do some cleanup on the 1 hour when I get there. I thought I was in the 1 hour chart, and I was sending all this stuff to the 1 hour. Anyways, we have this divergence. We also have it on the other side, right? We're going down. We're going down again. Strong bearish divergence. Potential price action to the downside. But they get it for one of the candles, and then we've been moving down since. Again, nothing to worry about here. We still have some support at 26,692. That's what I'm looking for, and that's what I'm hoping this is gonna go. Sitting on the RSI at 67.94. Let's go to the 1 hour. And see that stuff that I was talking about? Delete this, man. Screwed, man. There we go. And they probably placed it twice. There we go. Same as this one, right? There we go. Awesome. So what do we had? Divergence, price action to the downside. That's what we were calling, right? We did manage to go slightly higher still, but guess what? We're still lower. So again, we kept on tracking these. Would have noticed that we had that bearish divergence. Look, bearish divergence, price action to the downside. Try to break above that again. We did close one candle on the 1 hour above 27,911, and then we broke below it the next one, and we have not been able to get above since. We did kind of wicked. This one kind of closed right on it. We opened right on it. Opened at 27,919, so it's very close to 27,911. We're talking about like 0.0000, like 8 cents. So it's just a minuscule amount. So we know it's a valid resistance, right? So we closed there, moved down, held the 20 MA, started to get contracted between the 20 MA and the 27,911, creating that triangle upsloping, and we broke it down. So we're below that, but we're still struggling. We're still on the 20, right? We're still glued to it, trying to break above it. If we manage to break above it, we probably can see higher prices, and that would be nice. Now, something that's happening here, I'm trying to determine. No, this is slightly higher. So, something I'm watching out for, right? So we're going higher low on the 1 hour. There we go. And we're going from here to here, right? So we're going lower, right? More negative momentum. So what we're creating is that hidden bearish divergence. Sorry, hidden bullish divergence. That would mean price continuation. And probably part of the reason that we're trying to see this fight to the upside. We also have it on the other side. I was going to say we don't quite have it, but we do. I just noticed that. We're going here. So again, hidden bullish, potential price continuation. And again, part of the reason that we're seeing the struggle here to get above that. So good stuff looking for Ripple. We did have this pennant again, break to the upside again beautifully. And we had hit a mesh move to here, and then we started to move sideways. And we tried to rally again. That's fine. Nothing to worry about there. I was worried that we could get some breakdown on the divergence that we're getting here. But if we kept on looking at the market and you played this out until the 11 p.m. yesterday night, you probably seen this play out, and then you probably took profit here. Maybe I would have taken profit there. But again, the only thing I have in XRP right now is my HODL bag, so I'm not planning on trading it out for the short time, right? Short term, yeah, it's not my play. Let's play something else. There we go, spotting. Sorry. Man. Awesome. That's it for XRP. Let's go to Litecoin. Litecoin dominance on the daily. Yesterday gaining dominance 1.40%. Right now indecision 0.07, but we did see a week down in reversal. Sitting at 1.74% of market cap. Right, you can see that reversal there. And price of Litecoin $72.58. So we got about $70 again and managed to close a higher one. Now stuff that's happening here, same stuff that we called out on Bitcoin, and we want to do it in two parts, right? So we had one divergence there, right? So strong bearish, and now we also have it within this same island, right? Strong bearish, and now we also have it on the RSI. So potential price action to the downside. This could go on develop a little bit more still. We just got to keep on looking at it, but that's what I'm looking at right now on a Litecoin. I'm gonna move on to the 4 hours. Same stuff with the Ethereum and the others, right? Divergence, hidden bullish, price continuation. We got that rally, right? And that's it. Nothing else developing here on the top part. Maybe. Let's see. All right. Right now we'll be going flat on the price, right? And we'll be going down on the MACD and on the RSI. So we would be creating like a class B or medium bearish divergence. That would mean potential price action to the downside, right? Just watch out for this as it will keep on developing. Viewers, coins previously mentioned are only for charting, not advocating for all or most projects. Yes, I do take coin requests, guys. So if you watch this show, you probably know that I do coin requests. And if you point stuff out, tokens, stocks or whatever, I'll look at them after I'm done with the main stuff that we look at, which ends up with Binance, and then I'll just look at whatever you guys put on the chat. We're not advocating any of the other tokens. I'll just discuss whatever you guys want to talk about. Anyways, that's what we have going on here on the 4 hours. What I can see right now, short term. Let's go to the 1 hour. And again, I forgot to shift this stuff to the 1 hour. There we go. Sorry, for some reason stuff wants to show up on the daily, on the 1 hour, and on everything else, man. It's just, I think every day I do this, and I have to keep on doing it because otherwise it doesn't stay where it's supposed to, man. It just makes the charts look really messy, man. There we go. Again, same stuff that was happening with Ethereum, right? We were hunting for this hidden bearish. We kind of killed it. So that's all we have going on there. Now, shorter term, we do have this divergence here, so going higher, right? To the 1 hour. There we go. And going lower here, right? Creating that strong bearish divergence. And we don't have it on the RSI. And on the RSI, we're getting on the second play, right? Going still slightly higher. And from here to here, we would still be going slightly lower. And then from here to here, we'll be definitely creating that, right? So you're going still higher on your price, then breaking down. Price action downside, we did held the 20 minute here beautifully. Broke below it a little bit. Actually, we didn't because this opened below it, but we had close right on it. So again, with this shift to the upside, it's probably shifting this 20 simple moving average. And we're holding it, and then we're really recovering nicely. So that's it for this. Sitting bought on the RSI at 62.92. Let's go on to Binance, man. Binance dominance on the daily. Yesterday gained dominance 0.84%. Hit that 20 MA and broke down. Right now moving down 0.45%. Sitting at 1.12% of market cap. Price of Binance $19.18. Don't you wish you would have bought back here at like $3, man? Or even back here at $12, man. It would be very, very nice gains. But again, not as nice as the ones that XRP is making. Sorry, Binance probably is recant on my XRP comment. This is December, right? Technically, January will be here. Binance is probably outperforming XRP, man. This is $11.80, and this is $19.19. So we're almost doubling on the value, right? So more than 50% for sure. We're probably at 80 some odd percent. So if you bought Binance on December at $12, you're probably up 100% on your investment, or close to 100% on your investment. So yeah, man, probably Binance is one of the coins that is outperforming XRP, man. I wouldn't say XRP is the best performer right now, but I'll say it's close to one of the best performers. Even if we would have bought this on January, right? This is January the 2nd. We would have bought this on January the 1st at $13. You're still up $6, man. That's almost 50% also. So it's probably doing as good as Ripple on the XRP, sorry, on the January till right now, right? So it's probably a good project as well. Anyways, $19.19. We had this bullish divergence, price action to the upside. We called this one out yesterday, so look at it, man. We're calling this hidden bullish, and boom, we got that nice green bar, right? So good. Right now, starting to move down a little bit. That's fine. Let's go to the 4 hours. Sorry, I didn't call the RSI. Sitting bought on the RSI at 66.80. Let's go to the 4 hours. Bought on the RSI also at 67.36. Going slightly higher. We had some divergence we were calling out, right? Hidden bullish on the RSI. We didn't quite get it on the MACD. And we got that rally, right? So beautifully, man. We called it out yesterday as well. We were around here. Maybe this bar, it wasn't fully developed. But we were calling price action to the upside, and we still got even a little bit more, which is very nice. Nothing else happening now. Going higher, right, from our previous high with this one. So high, higher, high, even our previous high with this one. So we're going high against all of them. And that's fine. No divergence playing out. Let's go to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we were calling bearish. We did kind of get that move to the downside, right? So not too concerned about that one. What I'm more concerned about is what's happening on the pumps, right? So going slightly down here. I'll do it by parts so you can follow along. I just, by looking at this, I already scanned the whole bars. So going down, right? So high, lower, positive momentum, and even less positive momentum. And on the price, I'm also going to do it by parts. So you're still going higher, and then you're even going much, much higher still. Right, so it's creating strong bearish divergence. On the RSI, we don't have it. We're going with the market. On the RSI, we would just have it on this last part. That would be from here to here. Now I'll shift this one to here, and then it'll make sense to there. And then on the RSI, we'll just get it here, and then we would get this one here as well. There we go. That's good look. So we got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and then just one on the RSI, and then broke down from there. Holding the 20 MA or fighting to support the 20 MA right now. Move down, and right now trying to hold it and stay above it. That's it for the market and what we should look at, guys. Thank you for staying with us still. And I'm gonna start looking at the stuff that Anonymous has been posting in the chat. He has a lot of stuff going on. I'm gonna try to get through all of them. Like I said, I'm having a massive headache. I'm drinking a cup of coffee. See if I can make that go away. But I'm gonna try to get through all the stuff that you mentioned. Anyways, my thought on rare earth metals. Depends on which rare earth metal you're looking for. But yeah, there's. I'm not really too much into that market, man. Like I said, I usually do with other metals, copper, zinc, lead, gold, and silver primarily, and then some iron, and then coals and cokes. And then fertilizers, and then fluorspars, and all this other stuff. But I don't deal with many rare earth metals, so I'm not really into that market. I'm gonna look at Teslas right now, XTZ. We had already looked at Teslas. I'm gonna look for it on the side here. Here we go. I looked at something on Teslas a while back, man. So last time we looked at Teslas was on December 2019. We haven't looked at it since. So it's going up. It's going nicely up. On, let's see, it was $1. When was this? January the 2nd. Man, January the 2nd, it was sitting at $1.24. Right now, it's sitting at at $2.22. So it's probably performing much better than Ripple. This one for sure on January, going up over almost 100%. So yeah, very nice rally to the upside. What do we had? We had divergence here on December, right? So from here to here, we're going lower. This is land divergence, right, within the island. So again, this stuff's happening. From there on, we got this very nice. We've been on the uptrend since, man. That's what it's looking like, right? We haven't gone lower. We've just been rising since this divergence developed, and we didn't quite get on the RSI, but it was strong enough to really get us moving up. Then once we get above that 20 simple moving average, we just trampolined from there and bounced up. And we have not really touched that 20 moving average again. We came close here on January 19th, but after that, it's just been really smooth selling to the upside. Now we're not creating bearish divergence even, man. Here it's 78.81, and here it's 79.52 on the RSI, right? These two short ones, and we're still going higher. And we've managed to go higher still, making more positive momentum than our previous one, and even our previous high, that would be this one, right? So yeah, from here to here, we're definitely going much higher. From here to here, we're also going more positive momentum, and from here to here, we're going higher on the RSI. We're not really creating anything bearish on the daily on Teslas. Let's go to the 4 hours. Shorter term, we are creating bearish divergence on the 4 hours primarily, so we're going higher. I'm gonna make sure this stays here on the 4 hours and doesn't go into the daily. There we go. So there's a potential that we break the downside. Although this is a new positive momentum island that's developing, this could still try to pump, but we have to keep on looking at this as it develops, right? But right now you had divergence bearish, and you also have it on the RSI, right? So there's a chance we might break down. I'm going there. There we go. Sitting overbought at 76.03 on the RSI. I'm gonna go into the 1 hour. Well, I'm not gonna do stuff that's farther back because it really doesn't matter. What matters is what's playing out right now. So like I said, it's always easy to go back into the market and say, oh, this happening, that's why that's happening, and that's why that's happening, right? But doing it as it's going live and then keeping track of all this stuff and keep on looking at the stuff when it's happening and determining whether or not it's gonna start to fall or not, that's where it gets tricky, right? This is tricky to bust a rhyme. That's right on time. Anyways, here we had divergence, right? And like I said, it's going into the past. It's really easy to point out all the flaws and everything that happened and whatever, man. But right now we're also having divergence. So from here to here, and from here to here, from here to here, right? So I'm looking for like trying to get here. I'm looking at a couple hours before, so this wouldn't be going that far. This will be February the 2nd, so we're going back 3 days, and I'm trying to get a flow for the market, right? So we had divergence. We kind of broke down. Now we had bullish divergence here, and from here to here, we didn't quite get it on the RSI. And that's fine, but we had divergence, price action to the upside, we got that pump, and right now we're creating this bearish divergence. We did have divergence to here, so from here to here, we slightly had divergence, so from here to here, and that'll be going from here to here, right? Again, to this point. So we had divergence, broke to the downside, we didn't quite touch the 20-minute bounce, created divergence again in this new island, and we're starting to break down. That's what's happening with Teslas. Moving to the downside will probably have you facing the 20 MA. I don't have any supports or resistances traced for this. I have to, like, if it's one of the coins that we're going to start doing regularly, I would certainly go back and start tracing all this stuff. But it's one of those coins that we get on like a rare request, so it's not something that we look at often. Anyways, that's it for Teslas, man. I'm going to look at NEM now. I'm not sure if we have NEM open before. Gonna look here on the side. I'm gonna look it up. Maybe. This is the first one that pops up is this one, Newman Corporation. That's a gold company. I work with them. XAM. And I know because they have a mine in Mexico, and I work with that mine also sometimes. So XEM to the USD calculated by TradingView on Poloniex. That's the one we're gonna use right now. I hope. Yeah, it doesn't seem to have a lot of gap. Its chart looks good. Let's go on the daily and see what's going on with NEM. So on the daily, right, man, this also has a very nice movement to the upside. So December, where's January? In January, it was 0.3 cents. It's sitting at 0.6 cents. So it's sitting double. So if you go up name on January, you're probably 100% up on your money. So when I said XRP was one of the best performers so far, yeah, it is one of the main top 10 cryptocurrency best performers probably, but this coin certainly is knocking it out of the park, giving you 100% returns in about a month and 5 days. So definitely, if you bought back here, it's really good. Too bad I really don't follow most of these minor projects. I focus more on the main ones. But certainly it's making me wish that I follow these ones a little bit more, seeing these movements, right? So high, higher high, and even higher high. You can consider this impulse up, consolidation, sort of flagging here, and then impulsing up again. But really impulsing up with a lot of strength. So high, higher high, and higher high on the price. Positive momentum, more positive momentum, and even more positive momentum. High on the RSI, higher, and even higher on the RSI. So that's fine. You're not creating divergence right now. Let's go to the 4 hours. Well, 4 hours, high, higher high, more positive momentum, right? Positive momentum, more positive momentum, and also higher on the RSI. So really nothing there. We did have divergence back here, and like I said, calling stuff in the past is just it's just easy, right? You can almost anyone can do that. Really, it's not. You should do it like here when it's happening. That's where it's fun. So did we go lower? No, we went slightly higher. Oh, Spotify ads. There we go. By the way, guys, if you're chatting with me right now, I'm probably not looking at the chat. I'm looking at the history of the chat because Anonymous typed a couple of coins that I'm looking for, and I had to scroll back. So I'm also looking here on the side. Benny's here. Awesome, Benny. How's it going, man? I just noticed that you're here. I'm sorry about not looking at your the stuff you were typing, man, brother. I'm sorry about that. What is up? Did I fight someone? Yeah, you should look at the other guy. I hope I'm good. Yeah, I'm good, man. You pray 10 months, you finish to be an entry-level electrician. Awesome, man. Benny, sorry about not being able to chat with you, brother. I was looking at the history of the chat because I have a lot of stuff that was typed by Anonymous, and I was doing looking at all the stocks that he posted out and looking at some of the projects. But I'm glad you're here with us, man. I do appreciate it. I'm also struggling here on the side with my monitor because I got frozen, so I'm not sure if you guys are here. And this is where I look at the chat when it's when I do scroll back. I look at the chat here on my screen, which is like my phone, right? I have it on the side, and then I'm looking at it as I'm doing the analysis. It gives me an idea as to where I'm at and what's going on with the chat. But it's frozen, man. It's really not loading. But thanks for being here, Benny. I do appreciate it, and I hope you're still with us. Sorry if I haven't said hi. I usually try to reply as quickly as I can to you guys. But let me go back onto and look at this name. That's the one we're looking at right now. Name, okay. So like I said, looking in the back, it's really easy. Here we had some sort of divergence, I think. Let's see. Yeah, very, very slight, probably. No, not really. So low, lower, low, negative. Okay, cool. That's it. Nothing else happened with him on the 1 hour. Let's go to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, okay, cool. So on the 1 hour, we do have divergence more immediately, right? And probably part of the reason that we broke down. So from here to here, here to here, and from here to here, we're going higher. So again, strong bearish divergence, potential price action to downside. We got a candle, trying to rally again. We're probably going to get to the same height, and we don't know whether or not we're going to make more positive momentum, and we could create divergence again and really break down. We know that we're probably going to get for sure on the RSI. We can, because why? Well, if this goes even to from here to here, right? You probably can get from here to here, maybe even neutral. But on the RSI, there's no way you're going to bounce up this high on that small movement to the upside, right? It's going to take a lot of strength, and it's not going to have it. So you're going to create divergence, bearish, against the RSI, unless you do a mega pump, and then that really goes to show that it could happen, right? Anyways, guys, like I said, I'm sorry. I'm getting stuck here on my with my screen, man. It's not loading. There we go. It is loading now. Yeah. Awesome. And it's stuck again. Fudge, man. My internet's so weird on the Wi-Fi, man. Anyways, that's it for the coins. Doing scanning for good opportunities these days. Yeah, Benny, I do hope that you finish that school in 10 months, man. I know you've been working at it really hard, and I do wish you the best on that endeavor, man. Um, and the best of luck with that. And I know you can do really good, man. From what you tell me, you're top of the class, so I'm really happy for you, man. Yeah, for sure, man. I'm happy that you're doing good in that. BTM crypto. Let's look at that one. I'm not sure if it's even gonna be here, but BTM to the USD Tether. There we go. On Huobi. Damn, that's probably not an exchange I would trust very much, but there we go. BDM on the daily. 23, 22. All right, so first, going higher, still the same positive momentum island, but going slightly lower, just very, very slightly, so you can get them done very quickly. That is looking against the RSI. Now, if I go shorter term, go from here to here, and go from here to here, then we're having bearish divergence on the. We would have bearish divergence on the. Sorry, guys, this is gonna go on the 4 hours, so I gotta clean it up. So we have bearish divergence against the RSI on the shorter term, right? On the last couple of days, we have a strong bearish divergence also on the MACD on a slightly larger time frame, right? Both of them valid. Both of them can have a lot of potential to play out. And there we go. You've seen it one from here to here, going so high, higher high with less positive momentum, and then from here going to a higher high with less relative strength, right? That's what's happening with this one on the daily. Let's go to the 4 hours. In the 4 hours, you also have divergence, right? So from here to here. From here to here. This is still in developing though, so it could still pump and negate it, right? You just need to get above 0.0013 on the RSI. On the MACD. And then on the RSI, we also have it. So strong bearish divergence. We just found it on the daily. We're seeing it on the 4 hours. So there's a chance this might move down. And then do we have it here on the 1 hour as well, though? So I didn't call it, but sitting overbought on the RSI at 75.47. Let's go to the 1 hour. Sitting at 73.46. So overbought on the RSI. Do we have it here? No, it seems we don't, man. We're going higher with more positive momentum and also higher on the RSI. So here we don't quite have that going on, and that's fine. We would have it to the previous island, right? So within the same island, we don't have it. The previous island or the previous high would be back here. Man, do we chart from here? No, because from here we'll be going higher and it would be positive. So the previous island would be way back here. So we're going lower, right? And you can see that from here to here, we're definitely going higher. And from here to here, we're definitely going lower as well, right? So again, strong bearish from the previous island. I'm not sure how much stock I would put on this last one because it's a bit of a long stretch for the time frame that we should consider, right? And that's the only thing that has me a little bit worried that we're going way too far back to get this measurement. Right, but it's divergence and it would be bearish, and it's how we would do it, right? You go to a previous island to this new island, and from the previous high and the previous high, right? So again, we do have that bearish divergence also going on. This is still developing, those still pumping and get higher, but you know, time will tell. That's it for BTM. Now there's more. Let me make sure I'm caught up with the chat. Yes, there's nothing else. Man. Down. Steam. All right, cool. Steam. We've looked at Steam before. I think Benny was one of the ones that brought it up before, and I should have it open somewhere around here. I think I maybe closed it, so I'm gonna look it up. Steam. Steam to Tether on Huobi. Let's go here. I'm not sure I have this one charted. Awesome. There, I don't. So let's go to the daily. What's going on with the daily? Okay, cool. Divergence, bearish. Boom, off the bat, right? We can look at it, and everyone can probably see it before I even call them out. Because if you do this with me every day, you're probably already at the point where you can look at stuff and know what's happening. So higher on the price, lower again. There's a chance this can keep on building. Again, this positive momentum just starting to build. So keep on tracking it, right? That's why I said it's potential right now. This one indicated price action to the downside. because we're creating strong bearish divergence. But again, if this keeps on pumping, right, it could, and this could still pump and get rid of that divergence, right? So again, we do have it right now, and that's why I said it's harder to call things out live. It's easier to go back in the past and say, oh, look, from here to here we're going higher, from here to here we're going lower. It's bearish divergence, we're going to move down. Yeah, we did move down. Whatever, man. Looking at the past is not the way you do it. You have to look at the present and try to predict where the market's going to go. So right now we are having it. There's a chance we could start to go down. This could still go on developing. I'm just pointing it out for you guys, like I say, but you make your own calls on your trading, right? You're responsible for your own trades. Sitting overbought on the RSI at 74.31. Let's go to the 4 hours. Previous island, let's see. 17, 19. All right, so high, higher, high, positive momentum, more positive momentum, high on the RSI, lower on the RSI, right? So the only divergence that we would have would be against the RSI, and it's strong bearish. So there's a chance it might move down, right? If you like what we do, hit that like, that bell, that sub. There's 8 people watching. Thank you for being here with us, guys. Oh snap! Drop some water here. 1 second. All right, cool. So that's what's going on right now on the 4 hours. Let's go to the 1 hour, man. I'm just looking at shorter term stuff. All the stuff that I traced, it's coming in here. The stuff from the daily, the stuff from the 4 hours. Man, if I forget to get rid of it on its time frame, it just shows up here, man. There we go. Let me just get rid of this real quick, and we all be cool, right? Say we're cool, honey bunny. Right, that's the line from Pulp Fiction. So high, higher, high, positive momentum, more positive momentum, high on the RSI, lower on the RSI. Cool, that's what I was looking for. Right, creating hidden bear, strong bearish divergence, right? Potential price action to the downside. We're starting to get it. So again, be careful with this. It's starting to play on the 1 hour. There's a chance we might come down, touch a 20 MA bounce. There's a chance we might try to flag, right, impulse up, flag, consolidate around this area, and then rally again. Or there's a chance we might just drop from here, right? So again, that's the thing that I'm looking for, or what I'm looking at right now when I'm looking at this market. That's it for Steam. Sorry guys, if I'm moving a little bit quickly through this. There's a lot of tokens and stocks that were put up by Anonymous, so I'm looking at everything. RLC. We looked at that one before. Damn, where is it? I know I have it here on the side somewhere. RLC, here we go. Haven't looked at this in a long time, and I'm not. Yeah, this is the chart I was looking at. Last time we were looking for divergence. So obviously, we kept on pumping, and still have it though, and then move down, and then we start trying to rally. I'm trying to figure out what's going on from here. So this is all one positive momentum island, right? Stuff. I'm gonna ignore this in the back. It's just too much data for going farther back, and focus on what's going on right now. And I can tell you that we are having a sort of divergence, right? From here to here. This is all positive, man. We haven't hit negative momentum in a while. We're going higher on the RSI, so that's fine. It's sitting overbought at 74.50. I think that worries me is this bearish divergence that we're making. We're still going higher with less positive momentum, and even on this last one, even less positive strength, right? So on this last leg of the journey, I'll do this in parts. Sorry, get rid of that one. This last leg of the journey, and make sure this is gonna stay here on the daily. Yeah, it's gonna stay on the daily. Awesome. So I'll take it to here, right to here. Then obviously from here to here we're going higher, and from here to here we're still going lower. And from here to, what is this? 74.82 and 74.86. All right, so I'm gonna call this sideways. So we're still creating a kind of divergence. It would be class C or weak bearish divergence, and this can get them down really quick. This pumps a little bit more, and this will get slightly higher, and then we can really say that we have this. We kind of kill this divergence against the RSI, and we'll just have it on the MACD. Right, but again, this can still go on pumping on the daily. Let's go on the 4 hours. On the 4 hours, we're going from a high to a higher high, positive momentum to more positive momentum. Our previous high would be this one over here. That's even higher than this high, so okay, I'll take this one into account. So going higher. Make sure it's going to be on the 4 hours, and then everything else should just stay in place for this chart. and we're still going lower, right? And we're also going lower on the RSI. Sitting bought on the RSI at 68.91. And again, we're creating this divergence. Strong bearish potential price action to the downside, right? So this is still undeveloping, like I said. So this could still go pumping higher, and this would need to pump much higher. But then again, we also have this anchor point within this island that's higher. So, and this also anchor point over here. So again, I'm just anchoring to this one right now. But this whole island is a valid island, and we should anchor to the highest point. But right now, this should be good enough for us to get an idea of what's going on. Again, strong bearish divergence against the RSI and the MACD. Potential price action to the downside. Let's go to the 1 hour. So high, higher high, positive momentum, slightly more positive momentum, and then more positive momentum, and higher on the RSI each time. Sitting overbought at 72.04. Nothing else happening here short term on the 1 hour, right? It just looks like legit. One thing I don't like is impulse upsloping consolidation, and that's usually a bearish type of consolidation, and it usually breaks you down, right? And this could look like this, like a rising wedge, and you usually break this to the downside. So be careful. Again, this is still starting to develop. It's only 3 candles, and there's a chance it could break down. That's RLC. Let's go to WTC, Walton Chain. I think that one's not here. Oh, it is, man. Cool. I think someone pointed one out the other day and I couldn't find it. So Walton to $1 calculated by TradingView. There we go. Let's see this. 37066, 335. So going slightly down, also lower on that price. It's really no divergence. And let's see, 66.57 and 66.29. So this is a 1 hour. Sorry, I should go on the daily first. All right, stuff that's happening on the daily. Going higher, going lower, and going higher here on your RSI, right? So we would just be having bearish divergence against the MACD. I'm gonna move on to the 4 hours. Now, I should have corrected this on the daily. Because it just, wants to come back here and show up on the 4 hours, whatever, man. It's freaking weird. What's happening now? So we're going higher and going lower here and going lower here. Right, so you're going to a higher high, less positive momentum, lower on the RSI. Again, creating that bearish divergence. And I should have done this with the first one. Bearish divergence, strong price action to downside. We did get it. It's playing out. Bouncing off the 20 MA, like I said, sometimes we do. Trying to move higher still, but waiting for this to develop. Right, determine whether or not we're going to go higher or not and make positive momentum. Sitting bought on the RSI at 65.41. Let's go to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we're going higher, right? Also higher. And let's see where we higher here. Yes, we're almost the same height. 36033. 3.7, so slightly higher here, even though we're going higher and we were going down on the RSI. Probably part of the reason. I was trying to find the reason why we're breaking down from this high to this high, and I wasn't finding it here, but I'm finding it here, right? So even here, right? So again, creating that bearish divergence against the RSI. Like I'm looking at this high, it says 36033, and this one says 37066. So it's like a little bit higher here. Right, and you can see that if I just put it here at the top, you'll see some gap happening on this part, right, on that mouse cursor. It might be too small on your screen, but if I zoom in, I'm not sure you're gonna be able to see it. There we go. Right, I'm sitting almost there, and you can see that small gap happening over here. Anyways, creating this divergence, price action to downside, we broke down. Right now, we're trying to rally because we what? Bullish divergence, right? We're going down. And we're going higher here, right? So again, that bullish divergence coming into play. And again, all this stuff, I should have just corrected it here while I was doing it the first time. If I do it with the first bar, it usually just corrects itself. Man, for some reason, I have a massive headache, dude. I drank a cup of coffee. It's really not getting rid of it. So, not having a really good time right now. Going low and slightly higher here. So, right, that's what I'm gonna call it at, and we're creating a hidden bearish potential price action to the downside, and probably part of the reason that we're going down. Let me see if I'm caught up with chat. It's speed through them if I have to. You don't mind. I'm looking at them with the same intensity that I look at the other coins. I'm just not gonna go too much into detail with some of the other stuff that I might go into detail with. Particularly right now because I'm really getting like my headache doesn't seem to be going away, and so I want to move through some of this GT. To the USD. There we go. On Hit Bitcoin, Hit BTC. I don't like this chart. It looks weird. All right, cool. Is this a new project? Was this project launched this year, man? I have no idea. Do let me know, Anonymous, because I'm looking at this and I have no idea when it was launched. And there doesn't seem to be a lot of data going farther back. So this is really not something I want to chart, or at least nothing I can chart short term. There's really nothing showing up on the MACD, and really very little information showing up on the RSI for the daily. So I'm gonna go on the 4 hours since we get some data there. On the 4 hours looks a little bit better. But again, if I move here, it just gets rid of it. It makes it look really messy. 576, 5.6. All right, cool. So from here to here, we're going 5.6, 5.76. So yes, this is technically going slightly down, and this is technically going higher. You're creating bearish divergence, potential price action to downside. We don't have it on the RSI. Let's hit on the 1 hour, man. Sorry, on the 4 hours. So going higher and going lower, and then going higher here. Again, bearish divergence developing on the 1 hour, but not on the RSI. Strong bearish potential price action to the downside. We did get that play to the downside, holding the 20 MA and bouncing from it. So we're still determining whether or not we're going to hold it. Getting tightness off the Bollinger Bands. There's the potential that we get a little bit more tightness happening, and then we get an explosive move on GT, which I'm not even sure what this project does. When I'm going to play something else, man. Let's play this one out. Alright, now I'm going to look at the stocks that you put out, and then as soon as I get to the last one, I'm going to call it a stream, guys. Thank you for being here with us. If you like what we do, hit that like, that bell, that sub, so you know when we go live. Now we're going to move on to stock portion of the stream. R&R, there we go. Renaissance Holdings. I'm not even sure what this company does. We'll check it out. And we usually look at stocks on a daily, because unless you're doing like day trading, you should be looking at shorter time frames than the daily. Particularly because stocks are rich with data and you have so much information you can look at in the past. Anyways, yeah, what did we gap down and then pumped? Yes, that's what it looks like it's doing. Unless the chart is off. Alright. I'm trying to look for news here. All right, so this is from yesterday. It says Renaissance reports fourth quarter 2019 net income available to common shareholders of 33.8 million, or 0.77 per diluted common share. Operating income available to common shareholders of 23 million, or 0.52 per diluted common share. All right, cool. So they probably reported some quarterly earnings, and they were positive, and probably part of the reason that we're seeing this movement. That's what I'm looking for. Trying to look for some technicals, but low, higher, low, negative momentum, less. On the RSI, higher. Really nothing here that I can call on the daily, on the short term on this one. Move on to MCK, man. MCK, there we go. There we go. Mackelson, I'm not even sure what these guys do either, man. Tesla has been going crazy on the stocks. We probably should look at Tesla as well. Alright, so we're going to a higher high with more positive momentum and also higher on the RSI. So really nothing bullish or bearish there. on the bottom part. Let's see, did we go lower? No. All right, cool. So from here to here, so back a couple days, you did have some kind of divergence develop. We'll be looking like a strong bullish, and right now it would seem that we're making a hidden bullish. All right, so from here to here, and from here to here, right? We don't have it on the other side, and that's fine. But on the MACD, we'll be making hidden bullish, potential price continuation. We seem to be in an uptrend. So probably part of the reason that we're trying to pump. There's probably some news as well. There's a 3 years after merger, Mickelson to part ways with Change Healthcare. So they're probably splitting after a merger, and that's probably part of the reason that they're trying to probably spread. And Q3 earnings beat estimate, revenues miss. Also, that news came out yesterday for fiscal third quarter results from the high revenues shown by U.S. Pharmaceutical and Specialty Solutions, Medical Surgical Solutions. Okay, so these guys had quarterly earnings pop out yesterday, right? And probably part of the reason that they pumped here the gap up. And today's news that they're gonna part ways with Change Healthcare. So probably that's why it's pumping, right? More on fundamentals than technicals, I would say. Emphas, let's look at that one. Emphas. Pico Equity Series, RAFD Dynamic Multi-Factor US Equities ETF. Man, that is a mouthful, man. This looks weird. Okay, so you did have some nice gaps up. So low, lower, low, negative momentum, more negative momentum, going lower. Again, it would seem to make sense. So I'm looking for technicals real quick. So low, lower, low, negative momentum, more negative momentum, low on their side, lower on their side. And with the market on the top part, high, higher, high, less negative. Okay, cool. So probably part of the reason that you could have broken down, right? You're going higher. And on your momentum, you're going lower, right, for once. And you're also going lower here. So that's probably part of the reason that you broke down here. Now the part why you gained, that's something that I want to look forward to. Trying to find information, but I'm really not finding anything real quick. All right. Well, looking at stocks for Pico Equity Series news, something popped up. I hope this is not a shocker for some of you guys, but it says veteran Hollywood actor Kirk Douglas dies at 103, and that was like posted at hours ago. So it said on Wednesday. So today, tremendous sadness that my brothers and I announced that Kirk Douglas left us today at the age of 103. Douglas' son Michael Douglas announced on social media. That sucks, man. He was a good actor, but I'm not sure why it popped up here on when I was looking for information on this. 103, man. That's like, he was old, man. I'm not finding news on these guys, man. So I'm gonna move on to the next one. PFM. You said it was Invesco dividend. What? Invesco exchange traded for dividend that you. Okay, cool. That's this one. PFM. Sorry. So what's happening here? Let's see. Where are we at here? 0505. All right, cool. So here we're going sideways, and here we're going higher, right? We're creating a type of bearish divergence. That would be your Class C, your Type 3, or weak bearish divergence that we would be developing. We wouldn't have it on our side. We're going higher. Potential price action to the downside. We got it to play out. There were some technicals behind this drop. Now, why are we pumping? Do we have technicals behind the pump? Yes, there's some part technicals, but I wouldn't believe they're gonna be that strong. There's probably some fundamentals behind it. So, if anything, we're creating a hidden bullish divergence, potential price continuation, and we're getting this pump, right? We do have 2 days of gapage, boom and boom. So that's usually followed by some news when you have gaps like that. So dividend growth ETFs to play as coronavirus weeks wreaks havoc. So maybe this has something to do with the pharma industry, because dividend growth ETFs to place coronavirus. Global markets struggle with the rapidly spreading coronavirus. Dividend growth ETFs can help maintain steady income flows for investors. So, yeah, there's probably like something. Yeah, it's, apparently everything on this is related to coronavirus. PFM, I'm looking if you put something else. No, then you chatted with Benny, and then I think Benny left. So, all right, cool. That's it, man. Thank you guys for watching. We've been live for an hour and 33 minutes. I started the stream with a massive headache. I still have it. So I think I'm going to call it a night. I drank all my coffee. I still have a sip left. I was trying to see if that would get rid of the headache, but it didn't. Yeah, it's going to be it for tonight, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like what we do, hit that like, that bell, that subs so you're notified when we go live. I do appreciate each and every one of you showing up here. Sorry, Benny, that I didn't get to say hi when you posted on the chat. I wasn't looking at the live chat when you posted that, and my screen on the side was stuck. So yeah, no problem, Anonymous. Thanks for being here, man. It's always fun when you guys show up. It does certainly make this a little bit more engaging and a lot more fun. But like I said, thank you for watching. If you like what we do, hit that like, that bell, that subs so you're notified when we go live. We have 7 people watching. We only have 6 likes. So if you're the last one and you haven't given us that like, hit that like button. It's for the YouTube algorithm. Talk about crypto to your friends, to your family, to your coworkers. Let them know that we're here. This is State of Crypto. I'm your host, Martin. It has been a pleasure being here with you guys tonight. Yeah, get more people. That's what we need, man. We need more people. We've picked up a couple subscribers in the last month or 28 days or so, and I'm happy about that, man. We picked up like 11 people in the last 28 days. We had a stall around 70 for like a month. I didn't pick up any subscribers, and then this month we picked up 11. So I'm kind of happy. Yeah, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for subscribing, for liking. You know, I'm grateful for you guys. You guys make this worthwhile. So that's gonna be all for tonight, guys. If you like what we do, you know what to do. I'll catch you tomorrow for another edition of the State of Crypto. That'll be all.